Hi, everyone, and welcome to Expert Photography Secrets with Serge Ramelli. My name is Mike Mataluni. I'm going to be hosting with Serge today. If you have not uploaded your RAW file and want Serge to retouch it at the end of this masterclass, make sure you take the opportunity to go ahead and upload that RAW file. For those of you who don't have the link for Dropbox, I'll be putting it in the chat window here in just a few moments. So hang tight. Serge is going to be joining us in just a few moments, and we'll get started.
Okay, bonjour, bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Let's see here. Is this the Yeti? Yeah.
All right. Hey, Serge.
Hello, bonjour.
All right. So I'm going to get your video all set up for you here.
Okay.
Just one moment, and you should be ready to go. Just click on the video now, and you should be ready to go. Welcome, everybody, to Expert Photography Secrets. We've got an amazing masterclass here for you today. And for those of you, again, who have not uploaded your RAW file to Dropbox, I'm going to put a link here in the chat window. So very excited to share this masterclass with you. Welcome, Serge.
Thank you so much. All right. Hello, Michael. Wow, you're all shaved.
All shaved up and cleaned up. And
bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. So if you can see on the chat where you're watching from, I just want to say hi. So we've got Rachel Renee, we've got Gianluca Moreto, Avery Ed is here, Alex, Christina, Renee Rollman, Lishel Walsh. How do you pronounce her name, Mike?
I actually asked her this question specifically, and she told me Liesel.
Liesel. Liesel.
Is that right? Did we get it right? Did we get it right, Liesel?
She said, yes. After 2 years, I got her name right. All right. That's the price of working with a Frenchman. So sorry about that, Liesel.
All right. And then for those of you on YouTube just joining us as well, I'm going to put the link in here. So if you want Serge to retouch your RAW file after the masterclass today, I'm going to put in the link to Dropbox, and you can upload your RAW file. And please, 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 guys, no JPEGs. We really are only looking for RAW files to help retouch. Now, if you have a JPEG, if you send the RAW file and you send the JPEG because you want to compare Serge's retouch to your retouch, that's fine. But just please make sure you're uploading RAW files.
That's right. That's the name of the game. It's RAW file. I got to open for my dog. Hold on. My dog wants to come in. Okay, so my dog is here. Everything can start now. My dog wants to be with me everywhere I go. I call him my shadow. Whenever I look for my dog, I just look down and at my shadow, and that's where my dog is. I don't know. You know, we've got 4 kids, my wife, and 10 years ago, he picked me to be the master. And so even if there's like kids everywhere, he just follows me. And whenever he does not, I feel like something's wrong. Been doing it for so long.
All right. For those of you in Zoom here, I just placed the Dropbox link in Zoom. And for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to be dropping it here in just a sec.
All right. So we have an exciting webinar for you this morning. And I'm going to get started here. So I'm going to
And we got a lot of people joining on YouTube today as well. For those of you on YouTube, if you want to join us in Zoom so you can ask questions at the end, feel free to join us. We've got Mark from Belgium. We've got Oliver from France, Ayel from Tel Aviv. We've got Michael, Leo from Italy. We've got folks from Greece, Paul, bonjour. Romania. Wow, we've got people from all over the world today. And again, for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to be dropping the correct link so you can join us here in Zoom, so you can get the best seat in the house with these folks.
Yes, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and there we go. There we go. So you should see, and I'm just going to get started. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, mesdames et messieurs, I'm excited. This is the, also, Michael, make sure you turn off your sound. Last time you didn't turn off your sound, yeah, perfect. Okay, guys, this is the Expert Photography Secret. And that is how to be a successful photographer without expensive gear, formal education, and years of practice. Hold on, somehow I don't see me yet. Okay, now I see me. Okay, cool. So if you stay until the end, you're going to get a free bonus. And that is some of my best skies, preset, texture, profile, and tutorials on how to use them. It's called my photography toolbox. You see, my goal is to help two types of people: the amateur that wants to become pro and make a living out of photography. I love when somebody writes me, says, I just got my first job. I start making money with my passion. I don't think anything can make me more happy than receiving a message like this. And the other one is the amateur who doesn't care about making money, but just wants to take better photos. Don't forget, if you stay until the end, I have a free bonus that you can put into action immediately. I want to tell you a funny story. This photo is, up to today, I've been doing fine art for 14, 15 years now, is the photo that I sold for the most amount of money. And you will never guess what camera I shot this on. And I'll tell you right now, I shot this on a Canon T2i. Now, Canon T2i is basically the entry price DSLR from Canon. It's a very high nose camera. It's very noisy. And it's still the photo that I sold for the most amount of money. So what does that tell you? That tells you that knowing the basic principle of photography and post-processing is the fastest way to be a great photographer. And it's a lot more simple than you think. It's not the camera, but it's really knowing the basic principle. I went from 0 to 520,000 followers on YouTube. I speak for Adobe often at Photo Expo, at Photoshop World. I've published 4 coffee table books, Venice and Los Angeles in color, and Paris and New York in black and white. I've published 14 technical books on Amazon. I've been published in over 400 magazines, including twice in National Geographic. And my work is in over 85 galleries around the world, mainly through the Yellow Corner Network, which is an amazing network of galleries. They have they just don't have 85 galleries. They have 85 amazing, well-located, like they place the galleries like you would place a McDonald's shop. I'm not kidding. Like in Paris, their main gallery is right in front of the Louis Vuitton store and the Church of Saint-Germain-des-Prés. It's the most expensive location you can dream of, like where there is just body traffic like you wouldn't believe. I mean, these are galleries which are selling a lot of prints. And so I've been working with them for 4 years now. And so you can say I have a pretty large success as a fine art photographer and as a teacher. But before 2004, I had never touched a camera in my life, never. To give you a little background on where I'm coming from, when I was a kid, when I was 14 years old, I went to see The Return of the Jedi, which you can see here. And it just blew my mind completely. I decided I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to do something artistic with my life. And but I also had another passion, which was coding. And I kind of dropped the whole artistic thing at first. Saying in my 20s, I got into coding. I was a very early on dad. This is my daughter. Later on, I got really bored with coding, so I started getting into sales. I got remarried. My wife had kids, and now we had 4 kids. And 4 kids, and I need to provide a lot of money. So I started working into sales. And I started actually working with my brother. My brother, when I was 20 years old, created a company called 1001 web promotion. It was kind of like one of the first agent. I mean, this is 1998. This is the beginning of the web. He started creating a company making websites for hotels and booking engine and SEO, search engine optimization. And I started first as a salesman, then became the VP salesman. And I started, sales were good. Money was great. I could provide for my 4 kids, but this kid that was in me that wanted to be an artist when I was 14 years old, watching Return of the Jedi, sort of like was dying, And so I decided at the time so now I'm like 34, 35. My kids are getting big. They're teenagers. And, I have to provide a lot for all of them. School, just a lot of money, how it is to provide for 4 kids. And I was really upset because I realized that money is not everything in life. And I really want to do something artistic in life. So originally, when I saw Return of the Jedi, I wanted to be an actor. So what I did is I went back to acting school and I started doing theater. And that was kind of going okay. But then with some friends, I started trying to make short movies. And that was going nowhere. Because back in 2004, 2005, we didn't have the Canon 5D Mark II. That's 2008. So there was no DSLR that could take any good photos. And so any good videos. So we had to use like the Canon A2 and the Panasonic GH1, or I forgot what it was called. Very expensive, not great videos. And I was going nowhere. I mean, all the short movies I was trying to do were not good at all. And then in 2004, I went on vacation in Guadeloupe with my best friend, Calvin Pimon, who's a designer. And while on vacation, he showed me, it's funny, I actually have a photo of it, but this photo was a turning point in my life. He showed me Photoshop for the first time. We took a photo. We had some friends with us that went to Guadeloupe, and that's one of the girls, Joelle. She was with us. I took a photo of her, and he like erased all the people behind her, and made the sky better. And I realized, when I was trying to do these short movies and going nowhere with it, that at least with one camera and one software, Photoshop, I could create stuff. And I did. But then I started making so much mistake. I remember I flew back to Paris. I went into the first store I could find to get some books on camera, on post-processing. And I started making lots and lots of mistakes. It took me like almost a year to figure out how exposure worked, how to get a sharp photo, how to get a low ISO photo at night, how to make long exposure. About a year, maybe a year and a half. I almost gave up like 2 or 3 times. But finally, after like a year and a half, I went on a mission in Paris. I mean, I used to live in the suburbs back then, but I stayed in Paris, and I took some photos of Paris by night from like 8 o'clock at night till 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm pretty ashamed of these photos. So this is my first photo of the Louvre. This is my first photo of the Carrousel, which is this beautiful arch in front of the Louvre. This is the Louvre itself. This is Quai de Seine. This is Montmartre by night. The next day I went back into the agency, and in the agency we used to work with, there was photographers. There was actually 3 photographers. And so the lead photographer there, I went to see him, and I was so excited. I showed him all my black and white photos, and I said, this is some of my best photos I've ever taken of Paris, and Paris by night. And I could tell right away he didn't like them. He didn't like them at all. And I was like, what's wrong? I mean, this is Paris by night, And he said, yeah, but all these skies are black. I said, yeah, I mean, they're black, but I shot Paris by night from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, of course they're black. And he says, yeah, but you need to get like golden hour and blue hour and sunsets. And what's golden hour? And then he starts showing me photos from Morocco, what a golden hour is, what a sunset is, what a blue hour is. And I looked at it and I said, yeah, but if I had to take a photo like this, I could only maybe take 1 or 2, because the sunset was so short. And I remember he looked at me and said, welcome to the world of photography. And then this was like a really major, epiphany for me. So this is my first sunset. I'm really sort of, not very happy with it, to be honest. And so I mean, the sunset is okay, but look at the waters. It's got like a very, high texture, frequency texture. The roof is really, I mean, the dark, it's just no details in the dark. It's really bad. So I said, okay, I'm going to try the golden hour. That's my first golden hour here. And you can't even tell that it's a golden hour. And I couldn't deal with the yellow on the walls. And so then I said, okay, I'll try like a nice afternoon. And honestly, at this point, I almost gave up. I actually did give up. And it's one day I walked into a library and I looked over a book from a man named Scott Kelby. And it was finally a book I could understand. And I realized that learning is the key. That was the only way I was going to go everywhere. So I started a routine where from 9 to 6, I was selling websites as a salesman. And then after 6 o'clock, I would, be with my scooter. I had at the time it was a Canon T2i with a Manfrotto tripod. And I would just drive around Paris, find nice locations to take photos. And then I would come home, have dinner with the entire family. They went to bed. And instead of watching TV, I started watching tutorials every night. I started a routine where I would watch almost an hour of tutorial every night. It's so funny because it got to a point that my wife could not fall asleep. At first, she hated it because I put an iMac in front of my, of my bed, and I was watching tutorials, and she wanted to watch TV shows. But she got used to it. I won, and then it got to a point where she could not even fall asleep if I was not watching tutorials. And I'll tell you something, whatever you want to learn in life, whether it's photography, music, guitar, or 3D, or any passion and hobby you might have, give it at least 10 minutes per day. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking they need like 3 hours or a whole day, to learn stuff, when it only takes 10 minutes per day. And we have a lot of days in our life, and I'll talk to you more about my training. I have like a full academy I'm going to propose you here. And if you work on it just 10 minutes per day, you'd be good. Anyways, after 2 years of spinning my wheels, I discovered that there's only a few basic words and concepts you need to understand to use a camera well. That light is the most important element of photography. That there are simple methods to get great compositions. And there are simple strategies for getting noticed on social media. Today, guys, I'm going to share with you 3 secrets. 1, 2, 3. That will give you an unfair competitive advantage. And I am not kidding. First, let's talk about a few myths. Myth number 1, if you don't have a unique environment, you cannot take beautiful photographs. That is wrong. People often tell me that, because I used to live in Paris, that, you can just take a photo and it's great. It's not true. The real secret is shooting at the right time of the day and knowing the exact camera settings used is far more important than traveling to a beautiful location. I mean, look at this. The word photography itself comes from the Greek roots, which comes from phos, which means light, and from graphe, which means drawing. So it means literally drawing with light, okay? So nicer is your light, nicer is gonna be your photo. This is a funny story. This was a Sunday afternoon, and I am not kidding when I say this, in the most ugly countryside of all time, okay? It was just flat landscape, no hills, mud everywhere, no leaf on a tree, cold. But I was walking with my son Anthony, and all of a sudden we see a horse. So we run toward the horse, and then we see that everything is becoming red because it was a golden hour. But it's one of this magical golden hour when you have clouds above you, but no clouds in front of you. And so as the sun gets down under the cloud, it starts shining from under, and everything becomes red. Okay, and I took the shot. I made a magazine cover with it, and this photo started my whole life as a photographer because I got picked up by a magazine for it, and it just gave me confidence to move on. I shot this photo, at the right time of the day, but it's a lavender field without lavender. Nobody does that, and I still got a lot of attraction for it because it had a sunset. This is a more crazy story. Tim Shield, who is one of my students, who is now one of my ambassadors, I'll talk about that later on. I've never met him, and we've been talking on the web for a couple of years, but then one day he sends me a message like, oh, I'm coming from Nevada, going through Los Angeles. I've always wanted to shoot the Hollywood sign. Would you come with me? And I said, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get up there now because they changed the way to get up there. They closed the Sunset Ranch, which was a very easy way to get up there. And now it's like you have to go through people's houses. I mean, it's crazy. It's really hard to get up there. Anyways, You can, but you really have to Google it and you have to have a map. So we went up there, and this is how it looked when we arrived. And we stayed up till the night, and with a bit of Photoshop magic, I got this result. 2 days after I shot this photo, a friend of mine told me that the state of California is looking for a new photo to advertise Hollywood around the world. And it was actually a challenge. I submitted the photo and I won first place. The California Film Commission is pleased to award first place in the category of Best Iconic Landmark to Sergio Ramelli for the Film in California Photo Contest for the photo Hollywood Sign from Behind, for a photograph that celebrates California and its filmmaking history. First place. Now, if I would have sent this photo, do you think I would have won first place? No, I won first place because I stayed until and it was like 2 hours of wait, and I got the shot. Same thing here. This is a photo I shot for another photographer, for a friend, sorry, and we shot this in Florida. And it took me a while to get like a road going west, so I could get the sun there and the car there, and it was just perfect. That's really what I wanted to do. If you take the sunset out of this car, it's not good. Anyways, I want to talk to you about a photographer who did my academy. His name is Rick Walter, and he did my full academy, and then he went to Paris with me on a workshop, and I'm going to be doing a workshop next year in Paris. And when he came back from Paris, he said, I want to do a book about Chicago. And he decided to take photos of Chicago of great moments of lights, but turn them into black and white. And he's got a great book about Chicago now. And so light is everything. Because I've got about 1 million followers, I get people wanting me to review their portfolio almost every day. 90% of the photos that I get are not taken at the right time of the day. That's why I'm telling you it's a secret, because a lot of people don't do it. Myth number 2, you must be born with the great eyes and spend years practicing in order to create beautiful composition. That is not true. That's wrong. There's only 5 basic principles to know about composition that will make your photos completely professional. The definition itself of composition is the arrangement of the elements of your photography to convey a message, okay? And there are simple rules like, rule of third, a frame in a frame, leading lines. There are very, very basic composition tricks you can use. And I go very deeply into that on the Academy. For example, this is a photo of Gord, which is in the south of France. A great photo. It's great. It's got a great sun. But all I did is move back until I could get a tree as a foreground, a bit of a leading line. And I find this photo more interesting. This one, actually, we did much better on social media than this one. This is a photo that I shot in Paris. It's got leading lines. It's got a frame in the frame. It's got foreground, middle ground, background. It's got a simple message, and it just respects all the rules of composition. A lot of people ask me, what is your favorite photo you ever taken in your life as a photographer? Well, this is it. And 5 simple rules that I'm going to teach you. I want to talk to you about another photographer who did my training. His name is Swapan Jha. He's from Boston, and he sent me some really nice composition too, like of the Taj Mahal, frame in the frame, the Washington Monument. And he also, decided to make a book, but this time on Boston. He made a book on Boston, black and white too. He's also a great color artist. I mean, look at this photo. It's got like all the 5 rules of composition in one. Then I want to talk to you about Tim Shield. Tim Shield is an ambassador. He's not an ambassador, but he was just a student originally. He sent me, about a few months ago, this message saying, I cannot even begin to tell you how much the online training from Sergio Ramelli has helped me with my entire photography process, from composition and camera settings to post-processing and printing. If you want to move forward in your photography and go from good to great, then you need to take the training from Sergio. He's the real deal. Well, thank you, Tim. He's an amazing photographer. Look at the photos he did after doing my academy. I mean, I'm jealous. Look at this photo of Paris, of the Arc de Triomphe, leading toward the Eiffel Tower. Look at this photo of Death Valley or Dubai. I mean, the guy is nailing his composition like crazy. Myth number 3, using post-processing and preset is cheating. A lot of people think that post-processing is cheating, and I don't know where this comes from, but I'll tell you something. Using the right Lightroom preset will do 80% of the retouching for you if you know how to use them. I didn't use preset for years, and it was a big mistake. Let me tell you this little story. When I did my Venice book, the publisher sent me a little note saying that I basically had a week to provide him with 110 perfect photo of the knees. And I thought I had 3 months. And so I was on vacation in Florida. And so I was actually going there. So I took a screen with me. And that was the end of my vacation because it was a lot of work. I had 3,000 raw files to go through. And so what I was doing is, the raw files, and you will see that in a minute when I'm going to be retouching your raw files, are very neutral. Often there's no colors in it. You have to open the shadows, bring down the highlights, the white, the blacks, the contrast, the exposure, a little bit of clarity or minus clarity. Then you have to find the right temperature, the right balance, the right hue, the right saturation, the right luminance, and then you can really appreciate the photo. Once I'm done with that, and it's hard to find the right white balance or right temperature for that type of the day, then I look at it, I'm like, no, this is not good. And then I just take the next photo. Then I'm redoing all these 20 sliders and I go, oh no, it's not the right photo. And so I realized I was doing the same stuff over and over again. So I started creating 5 presets for golden hour, 5 presets for sunset, 5 presets for blue hour, for snow, for long exposure, for night. Oh my God, so many. And I call this my signature preset. Now, if you think you feel bad about retouching, let me introduce to you Ansel Adams. He was a master at retouching more than anybody. The time he would spend on retouching his photo is unbelievable. He's known as one of the greatest landscape photographers of all times. This is a very famous photo of him. It's called The Moon over Hernandez, New Mexico. And this is the film photo right off this camera, and that's how he sold it. Now, how did he do that? Well, let me introduce to you Ansel Adams' son holding what we call the Dodge tool. So back in the day when they were shooting black and whites, they had negative. He was using 4x5 or 10x or 7x10, I think it's called, a big negative. They would shine the light through the negative onto a positive paper. The longer you would shine the light through that negative, you would burn the paper, the positive paper, and the longer you would do that, more you would get a contrasty dark photo. So what he did is that he had a special system where he only had not one bulb, but like 50 bulbs. So if you wanted to get the sky darker, he would turn on all the top bulbs. But then let's say he wanted the moon or the clouds to be brighter, then he would use the dodge tool. It's a little spoon to dodge the light. So it would stop the light from hitting the paper and it would make that brighter. Now, here's the catch, is that if Ansel didn't get the right print because it's like a 2-minute exposure, he would tear the positive paper again, put a new one and redo it again and redo it again and redo it again. I had a friend, I had 2 friends. I had one friend who was a professional fine art photographer in the 80s. And he says he used to spend about $200-300 with a professional retoucher per photo to get it right. And I had another friend who was actually the retoucher itself, and she was working with little pencils to take out the scratch, and she would do the whole dodge and burn thing. I mean, it's crazy. Now we have Lightroom preset. I mean, Ansel Adams would have loved Lightroom presets. A lot of people tell me I don't want to use presets because I don't want to use a look. It's not about a look. My Lightroom preset will give you the basic look for that time of the day. Then you can take it from there and make it your own. But also you will have a consistent look in your photo. And you can adapt, and I show you this in my preset on how to adapt them to your style. Now, giving you an example of adapting to your style, let me introduce to you my great friend, Hannes Corning from Germany. And actually he lives in Strasbourg. He's from Vienna, sorry, and he lives in Strasbourg. Sorry about that, Hannes. And what he did is that he took my preset and changed them and made his own preset, much more dramatic than mine. But look at this photo. This is a photo we shot together on an early morning in San Marco. I completely missed mine. I mean, I did a version of it, but he really nailed it. He changed the sky. He took like a 7-photo panel. It's one of the most beautiful, iconic photo I ever saw of Venice. He can go very natural, very colorful, very high contrasty, or very low contrasty, And anyways, let me give you a couple of case studies here. We have Justin, who sent me this email saying, I just wanted to thank you once more for helping me with the interview. Well, thank you, Justin. I also wanted to let you know that I just got hired for photographing a real estate property. Thank you so much for your help and inspiration. I've learned so much from your tutorials, and I wouldn't be where I am today without your courses. Just letting you know that you changed someone's life in a good way. Thank you, Justin. I literally cried when I originally got this message. Whenever I get a message like this where somebody says, I'm now doing my passion in life, I just start crying, because this is what I do. This is what I want to do. Is I want to help you make your passion. It's not been 8 years that all I do is photography, and I've never been happier in my life. And I want the same thing for you. I'm a believer that there is bread for everyone, that, we have to share all our secrets and help each other. That's my strong core belief. 92% of everything that I've done so far has been completely free. But there's a small percentage of people who really want to become better, and they come to my academy, and I hope you can be one of them. Sahid says, I'm ready to thank you. I bought one of your preset bundle yesterday, despite me being skeptical when it comes to preset and want to learn on my own. The result I achieved in one of my recent sunset pictures were outstanding using a preset. Guys, I'm so excited. I have an amazing deal for you. And it's called the PhotoSurge Expert Photography Bundle. What that includes is my Lightroom Masterclass, which is a course that covers all of Lightroom Classic and Lightroom CC. Lightroom is my secret weapon. It's my favorite software. I live into Lightroom. My room is called Lightroom. It speed up totally my workflow. Before Lightroom existed, I used to work a lot in A mode, in the aperture mode, A mode, AV. It's called AV on Canon, and so the problem with that. So I would choose my basically my f-stop. And then the computer in the camera would choose the speed, right? The shutter speed. The thing is that every photo I was taking had a different shutter speed. Same f-stop, 7.1, for example, but different shutter speed. Same ISO, but different shutter speed. What happens when you do that is, and when you start retouching in Lightroom, every photo has to be retouched per its exposure. Now, what I do is I shoot manual. I'm always aiming for 100 ISO. I go 7.1, for example. I look at the right shutter speed, and then I don't touch it. And then I take a whole bunch of photos until the light condition changes, and then I change the shutter speed. But now I've got a batch of photos that have the same shutter speed, the same exposure, and the same ISO. I use one of my preset on it, and I'm going to give you in this deal all my preset, my signature preset, my special effect presets. Special effect is like the black and white, the Hollywoods, the HDR, famous Instagrammer. The natural everyday is the one I talked about, the golden hour, the sunset, the snow, the lone exposure, the blue, the night, the stars. It's all there. And then I'm going to give you the portrait essential. It's 380 preset. No, portrait essential, weddings. And so portrait essential weddings are lighter preset meant for because there's skin involved. And then the film look preset is based on popular films. I got this email the other day from Arke from Norway. It says, hello, Serge. Thank you very much for the discount on your preset for Lightroom. I've enclosed just an example of how it made my photo live again. This photo I had totally written off. After running a preset, it became one of my most liked photos on Instagram within hours. And this I just made to try out your preset. I'm very pleased with your work and that you're willing to share with the community. Have a nice day. When I get that, that blows me away. Preset is just a way to go faster. And it doesn't mean you have to follow my style. Signature profile collection, I'm going to give you 82 profile. So that includes my landscape profile, portrait, urban, and lights. Lights is my favorite. I'm going to give you my photography workflow 2018. That includes the retouching of this photo, which is, by the way, my most liked photo on social media ever for some reason. I'm going to show you also the whole workflow of this photo, how I use almost like a luminosity mask to get that. Before and afters of some of the dramatic black and white we did in downtown. Then I'm going to give you my Photoshop for Photographer 2017. It's my most complete course on Photoshop. That's some of the before and afters. That's skin retouching, frequency separation, how to remove major elements. It's just the most. By the time you're done with this course of Photoshop, you'll know what Photoshop is. Cityscape Masterclass and the Landscape Masterclass is all about teaching you exactly how to compose and how to apply these 5 rules of composition that really go deeply into it. Sky replacement, sometimes you walk up to the top of Notre Dame and have a boring sky and you have to change it. Well, this is what this course is all about. I'm going to give you 50 skies and I'm going to show you because you have to use the right sky for the right photo. So I have about 2 hours of tutorial that goes with it to show you how to use the right scan for the right photo. Then you've got the Art of Black and White Complete Pack. I've done a lot of black and white in my life, and I'm going to show you all my workflow there. Then I'm going to give you my Portrait Composite workflow, which is basically using $200 worth of gear to take this kind of photography. If you want to get into commercial photography, if you want to take portraits that people will love, you got to check out that course. Now, if you want to start making money with photography, I'm going to give you my interior design photography bundle that covers all the real estate, the hotel photography. Also going to give you the time-lapse masterclass. Time-lapse gets 4 to 5 times more exposure on social media. Whether you're a fine art photographer, you're a wedding photographer, you're a real estate photographer, you got to master time-lapse. I teamed up with Emric Labar, who is like a world-renowned time-lapser, to do this. He's an amazing artist, and he will show you even how to do a Holy Grail time-lapse from like day to night, which is what you're seeing here. Masking and Extraction Masterclass. This is a course that's been done by my own Photoshop guru, Kelvin Pimon. He's going to show you how you can extract anybody's face on any background to create composite. And the last course is a course we did together again with Kelvin, and that is the Photoshop workflow, where he's going to take this tiger. I shot the photo of at 4 o'clock in the morning during a snowstorm in Paris, and he added the tiger and the snow and the footprints and the shadows. By the time you're done with this course, you'll be a master at Photoshop. Then we have the Photography Business Masterclass. Now, this is a course, you can even start with this one if you feel you want to start making money. The first question I'm going to answer in this course is how much you should charge for your photography. In fact, I created 3 price lists: beginner, experience, and pro, to give you an idea of how much you should charge. And it's all in there, like portrait, real estate, to the press, everything is in there. I spent a lot of time creating this price list, and I give you the Illustrator and PSD file so you can change and put your own logo. You don't need to use the Illustrator, just Photoshop is enough. You can put your own logo and export it as a PDF. And next time somebody asks you for a price, you just send your price list. And just that alone is going to position you as a professional and should boost your income. How to get your first customer. What is the best way to devote to your customers? The right way to use social media. How do you use YouTube to make yourself known? How did I go from 0 to 500,000 subscribers? How to use Instagram at 64,000 subscribers on Instagram. There's a very specific method you need to use to go on Instagram. Instagram is so vital today for photography. What about Facebook? About almost 200,000 followers on Facebook now. What about Google Plus and Flickr? How to make money with photography. Anyway, guys, for the past almost hour now, I hope you agree it's time well spent. And if you give me a few more minutes, I'm going to be retouching your photos, but I'm going to propose you an amazing deal, an offer that you cannot refuse. I cannot cover everything right now, but first of all, I'm going to give you my photography toolbox, and my good friend Michael here is going to give it to you. How can they get it, Michael?
Fantastic. Thank you, Serge. So for those of you who want to get the free photography toolkit with the weather brushes, the textures, the videos, the presets and profiles, all you need to do is click on one of the 2 buttons that I put in the chat window. One is called Facebook Free Gift Box. This is actually a way, if you're a Facebook user or a Facebook Messenger user, we actually send new tips, tricks, videos out every single week to our fan base. So if you are one of those folks who uses Messenger and you want to consistently receive the latest from Serge, click this button, Facebook Free Gift Box, and get your toolkit right now. If you're somebody who just wants the toolkit emailed, all you have to do is click the free gift sign up, click that link, and then all you have to do is sign up and we'll send you the toolbox via email. For those of you on YouTube as well, I'm going to be putting the link in the description window. So for those of you who are just joining us, or have been here for a while, we're giving away Serge's free photography toolbox. And for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to be putting the links in the description window right now. All you have to do, if you don't see it, simply refresh your screen and you'll be able to grab that right now.
So guys, the deal I want to propose you is you're going to get all my courses, 24 courses, which is $1,979 value. You're going to get all my signature preset, $425 value, a 1 year to my private Facebook group called the Photo Search Academy. So the total value is $6,000. Now, what is the Facebook Academy? Well, it's an academy. It's a private group that only people who got this deal can go into. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, I retouch your photo. You'll see today I received over 1,000 raw files, so I won't be able to go through everything. But on that live that I do every Wednesday, normally, I go through every photo that I retouch. People ask questions like, what should I do here? And I try to give an answer. We have contests that we do every month on the academy, and if you win the contest, you win a book. So this is, for example, like an example of a retouch that I did, last week. So somebody sent me the photo, so I changed this. At first retouch it was my preset and profile, and then boom, I changed the sky.
Okay, let's see what else we have.
Also, we just started a new ambassador program. So meet Jacob Boards, Tim Shield, and Lisha Walsh. They are ambassadors, and they're going to help me basically, teach and make this group very alive. They're going to share some of the most important news about the academy. And they're really good photographers now. They have trained with me for years, and they can help you also in your photography. Every people that wins one of the contests gets a book. I think you wanted to mention something, Michael.
I did. Thank you so much, Serge. So when Serge and I first started working together almost a year ago now, we were having some trouble serving as many people as we could at the highest level. Serge, his YouTube channel just went over 520,000 people. We get raw files all the time. We get people sending us photos for critique, and there's just no way for us to keep up with everybody. So we did a little brainstorming session, Serge and I. We said, how can we serve more people at a higher level? And that's when we came up with the Facebook Academy. Not only has this academy had a tremendous effect on helping people achieve mastery in photography in a very short period of time, it's also something that we're continually improving and continually working on to make better and better and better and better. And what you're going to find when you invest today in the entire program, so you're going to get all of Serge's courses, you're going to get all of his presets, you're going to get all of his profiles, you're going to get access to this amazing Facebook Academy. It's going to help you elevate your game so much more quickly than you would be doing on your own. And it's absolutely extraordinary what we're rolling out week after week. So within the past few weeks, Serge has been critiquing every single person individually, retouching their photos here in the Academy. We have launched the new ambassador program where we've got amazing photographers who have been working with Serge for years, supporting you and helping you to build either A, your hobby, to improve that hobby, just to reach more friends and family with your photography, or to create a compelling business that's going to help you make money in photography so that you can live your passion every single day while doing what you love. It's truly an extraordinary opportunity. It's truly an extraordinary academy supported and surrounded by amazing photographers.
All right, guys. So I'm going to give you the deal of a lifetime, and I'm not kidding here. So you're going to get all my preset, all my training, and the access to the coaching, which is a total value of $6,000. Now, this is perfect for like beginner photographer with no experience at all, or amateurs who just wants to be known for creating professional art. But if you want to make money, this is perfect too. Let me give you a couple of success stories. CA says, I just want to give you some feedback on your landscape masterclass that I just finished. I decided to reprocess of my old photos using your workflow from the class, and not only I'm more happy with the result as I envisioned it, the reprocessed photo went into popular cities within 9 to 30 minutes on 500px with a rating of mid to high 80s, something I only achieved in 2 photos previously. As Tom said, that was so funny. I followed tutorials because I've learned more photography techniques and skill from you in the past 6 months than in my previous 50 years as an amateur. Merci bien, Tom. So the question is this training worth for you? Freddie says, I've purchased your complete tutorial this week and I've gone through some of it. I just wanted to say how happy I am with your tutorials. And I still believe you've provided the best photography tutorials money can buy. Cheers. Well, thank you, Freddie. So you're going to get all my tutorials, all my preset, and the access to my private Facebook group, who just got a lot better with the ambassadors and the show I do it where we touch your photo all the time. Plus, the first 25 people doing this morning will get, now this is huge, the Photographer Local course and template. This is 150 logos ready to be made. You just need to put your name on it. And, I hated watermarks my entire life until I signed a deal with Samsung and Google, where they wanted to use my photo for the TV. And so I managed to put my logo there using this course, and you should too. Creative Composite Superhero Workflow. This is just a fun way to work in Photoshop. So you're going to get that. It's about $100 more. So you're going to get, the total value is $6,131 with the bonus. And that's for the first 25 people. Now, actually, this morning, I think we're only going to get 25 people anyway. So if all of this was to give you all the tools you need to be a successful photographer, would it be worth it? I mean, if you were now a successful photographer making money, following your passion, would it be worth to spend $6,000? I guess. You know, help you have more fun in some trying to chase down your questions all over the internet. Would it be worth it? Allow you to get noticed for your art by friends and family. Would it be worth it? What is mastery worth to you? $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000? How much would you pay to get a complete toolkit produced in a simple language that can give you an edge in your art business? You can see why others are paying me over $6,500 for my training and membership tool. You can see why it's a good deal at $6,131. But because you're special and you're watching this, you're going to get a one-time payment of $299. You're going to get everything, the access to the academy. You're going to get all the presets, all the courses, $299. Now, where can they get this offer, Michael? Oh, the sound. You turned your mic off.
Can you hear me now? All right, sorry about that, guys. So if you are somebody who's ready to take an opportunity like this today, I'm actually going to put the link in directly the chat window. So all you got to do is, it's called Special $299. All you have to do is click the link to get this, the entire bundle. That's including the academy. That's including the entire set of profiles, the entire bundle, all of the courses we mentioned today, and the bonuses, the logo course, the Batman course. So if you're ready to take action today, all you have to do is click the button in the chat window called Special $299 to save 98% on everything here today. Special $299. Simply click the link there. And for those of you who are in YouTube, it's going to be in the description window. And this goes fast, guys. So if you're somebody who's ready to take advantage of this opportunity right now, if you look in the description on YouTube, if you don't see it, simply refresh. And all you have to do is click Special $299, and it's going to take you directly to this offer right now. Again, we're only taking 25 people today. This will go quickly, but we're so excited to have you join the Facebook Academy. To get started, you'll have instant access to every single one of the courses that Serge provided you today. This is a body of work that's taken Serge nearly 7 years to produce. It's at a phenomenal value, and we can't wait to see you inside the academy.
Yes. And by the way, if you already bought something for me, when you click the link that Michael is going to give you, you have the option you can see on the screen here to log in. So you can just log in. And if you bought already a lot of courses, let's say you bought the complete pack, but you don't have the workflow course, you don't have the Batman, the logo, you don't have access to the academy, you don't have the workflow course, you don't have the latest Lightroom course, you will pay an update price of $239 or $229, depends how much you bought things. And all you have to do is log in, put in your login and password, and boom, the price is going to change for you. And we're only going to take 25 people. Now, I'll tell you something. You got two choices. First option, you can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Or you can make this small investment today compared to all the value you will get in return and just give it a shot. Sign up today. But if you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's in 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and we will give your money back. No question asked. So you don't have any risk. I can tell you a secret. The only person we ever found were people who didn't, bought it but did not open it. That happens. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which if it does half of what I've claimed today on this webinar, you pay $299. It's a one-time payment. There's no recurring payment. It will pay for itself either in money earned or in being more happy in creating the photos you want to create. I've had people who bought the package and within a week they told me they got a job. They got hired as a photographer just starting off with this package.
And if you're somebody who is passionate about getting started in photography as a business, not only is this going to get you everything that you need in order to create that, to turn that dream into a reality quickly, it's going to help you pay off this course in no time. And for those of you who are in the United States, we've also partnered with PayPal. And what we can do is, I'll put the link in here in just a moment, and it'll actually allow you to sign up with PayPal credit, and you'll get 0% financing for the next 6 months. That means you can pay $50 a month for the next 6 months, and you can get started on this today. So I'm going to be putting that in the, for those of you who are in Zoom, I'm going to be putting that in the chat window here. So again, when you think about the expense of this class, it's literally 81 cents a day for a year. That'll give you everything that you need to do to create extraordinary photography, to either A, take your hobby to the next level, or B, create a real foundation, a real business doing what you love. All you gotta do is click the link. It's the PayPal link in there. It'll take you directly to PayPal. It takes about 2 minutes to sign up. Once you're signed up, you just come back to the first link that I put in here, and then you'll be good to go signing up with PayPal, and you'll be able to get started right now.
Yeah, and guys, I can't wait to see your photos. You know, I wish I had an offer like this when I started. I cannot tell you how much thousands of dollars I've wasted in time, in the wrong books, in the wrong tutorials, or in the wrong gear, because I was not advised right. I mean, $299 is, you know, the price of a very crappy lens. And this could change your life as a photographer. It did for me, it did for many other people. It's 30% day guarantee. Trust me, take this now, give it a shot. You will not be disappointed. You know, other opportunities can cost you time wasted. With this, you get my complete training lineup. So whether you still doubt whether to get it, this is the link. Let me show you. A lot of people are getting the deals, guys. We're only going to take 25 people this morning, but I cannot wait to take to see your photos. And so you're going to get all of my training that took me 7 years to do, all my preset. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to keep that price very long. So you got to act fast. You know, we might do a couple of more webinars and we take a few more people. This morning, we're only going to take 25 people, but we will increase the price. Actually, the price is going to go up to at least 1,000 very soon, because it's going to be a bit of a different course. So this is an amazing deal. And it's one of the last time we're going to give it. And you're going to get access to my private membership group, plus the bonus, $6,131. Now, guys, if you didn't sign up immediately, I guess you're not sure I get that, or you don't want to take a risk, or you don't have enough time. You see, I am nothing special. I got started photography on the whim. I wanted to create art, and I was a struggling actor. But by using the techniques that I will teach you in this training and private group, I have created a massive social following and a thriving business. I want the same thing for you. I want you to be successful, be making money or getting published with photography. I want to see you work. And what makes me tick is you doing better. And so we have a lot of people buying this morning, guys. It's going crazy. We've got Rogero, Chined, Encore Industry, Welcome, Margaret, Lotenbach, Leash Walsh. Wow. Black Cat, Natalia Fernandez, Rogero Chinen. A lot of people are coming, guys. This is going to be we're closing the card in 20 minutes. So we're only going to take 20 minutes. You got 20 more minutes to fire this. If you're in the US, you can, you can get you can buy the 6 times $50. But I'm about to start retouching your raw files. We're going to close this deal in 20 minutes. Come and join me, guys. I know $299 is money, but if you can afford it, if you have a way to find $299, it's going to change your life if you at least give it 10 minutes per day. I promise you.
Yeah, and then just so everybody knows, so when you actually sign up for this product, you're going to get instant access on photoserge.com, and you're going to be able to either A, download the video content. I just want to say one thing quickly about this content. It is created in simple language. It is created with you in mind. It is project-based. All the videos are between 5 and 10 minutes, and it's very simple to follow. You're going to get Serge's raw files, the source files he uses to work through these projects, and you're going to follow him step by step by step. So by the time you're done with this program, you're going to have done all of the projects Serge has done and have a vast working knowledge of Lightroom, of Photoshop, of understanding how to take your amazing photography in your style, and then utilizing his presets, his profiles to speed up your process so you can create extraordinary photos in no time at all and really master the art. Because it is an art, and it's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen in 2 days. But if you listen to Serge and do 10 minutes a day, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, every day, every other day, you're going to master photography in light speed compared to what it would take you trying to figure all this out on your own, trying to search the internet for all your answers. And you're going to have this for life. And it's encyclopedic. So if you have a question and you forget something, just go back to the training, go back to the training, go back to the training. And all of the training is built so that you can either A, download it, or B, if you have Wi-Fi but not a lot of storage space, you can actually watch it streaming live on photosayers.com. It's an extraordinary opportunity, extraordinary deal. Don't forget, you're getting the logo bonus. You're getting the Batman course bonus. You're getting all the profiles, all the presets. You're going to be surrounded by extraordinary photographers who are passionate about making their art amazing and helping you make yours amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people think, they don't understand like $2.99. They think that there is a scam or something. It's like so cheap for so much content. But I just try to make this as much affordable as I can. I used to sell logos in my web agency, $2,000 for even small businesses. You're going to get all the logo course. You're going to get all the price list, all the training, all the preset, all the profile. I mean, it's a great deal. It's a great deal.
And the bonus logo course, just so you guys know, was created by Kelvin Pimont, who is an extraordinary logo artist who has branded some pretty extraordinary logos in his time, which I can't tell you what they are here.
Yeah, he's on the contract on 2 logos, which are confidential, but it's international brands that you see every day.
Yeah, you know exactly what these logos are.
And he's under a confidential contract, but he's done, I think he has sold over 100 or 200 logos at $2,000 to $4,000 a piece. And so he's the one who created that course, and you're going to get that for free this morning.
Right, and what the course allows you to do, not only are there pre-made logos that you can use, but also you can actually take your signature. It's going to teach you how to take your signature, plug it into the program, and actually create your own logo based on your signature. It's an extraordinary course. You're absolutely going to love it.
Yeah. And that's free for the first 25 people that we get this morning. We have a lot of people coming in, guys. We're going to close the card in 15 minutes. I just want to give you one last example, and I'm going to be retouching your photos. This is Charlie Simon. He was one of my first students on this academy years ago. And now he's got 7 photographers working for him. He's shooting in Marbella, Spain, houses over $50 million. He's one of my biggest successes. I even have a bigger success than Charlie, and I love Charlie in Paris. He's got 18 photographers working for him. And so we have had a lot of success with business. You're going to get all my courses, all my preset, the access to the 1-year membership, the 2 bonus, total $6,131, all the preset, all the profiles, $299. Even $229 if you got stuff from me already. We're gonna close the cart. You won't be able to buy this in 15 minutes. So voila. Now, I'm going to go to Lightroom and start preparing your photos, guys.
Yeah, and for those of you still here who you've uploaded a raw file, feel free to actually put the name in here that you. If you know the name of your actual file, if you know the name of your raw file, feel free to put the name in so that we can find it for you. Again, guys, I just put the PayPal link in there. I'm putting the purchase link in there again. Alex had a quick question that he asked earlier, Serge. He said, sorry, go ahead and do what you're doing. He says, do you have any presets for nightclub photography?
Not really, no. No, I don't. But I guess you could take my night preset or a blue hour preset and adapt it pretty fast.
What about the Hollywood or the Instagram in Hollywood?
Yeah, some of them could definitely work. Yeah, but nightclub photography has got like very harsh light, and anyway, so that's wow, that's a beautiful JPEG. But it's a JPEG. Look, I love this kind of trees. That's like Florida. Mondarian Road, Jacksonville, Florida. Cynthia Montello. It's a JPEG. I need raw files.
All right. So Renee if there's a couple folks that are putting their
Okay, I'm going to look on the chat. I'm going to prioritize the chat. So let me open up the chat here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. My photo is a photo from Ferrec. So I'm going to try that. Let's see. I'm going to go, hold on. I'm going to go file from student. And then let's see here. All right. Ferrec. Okay, so let's look. I always look at the settings. So 1.6 second f8 ISO 500. Now, to be honest, this is a very, I never take photos that night. That's what I did when I started photography. Remember at the beginning of the webinar? That's the kind of photos I don't do anymore because they're too much in the night. There's not much you can do with that. You know, I mean, I can use one of my night preset and I will in just a sec, but it's not going to make miracles because it's just too much contrast, you know? Also, you shot it at 500 ISO at 1.6 of a second. So you were on a tripod. And so you should have been at ISO 100 and maybe 3 seconds of exposure. Anyways, let me use one of my light presets on it. Let's see here. Night. It's funny. It's so warm that even the night preset doesn't kill the. Let me see I'm just going to try something here. Blue hour. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the night preset as a starting point, and then I'm going to. It's just too orange. The whole photo is so orange. You know. It's just, look at this. This is completely burned. There's not much you can do on this photo. I'm so sorry, but you should have taken this photo earlier. It's a great composition, but it's too late at night. It's just, you know, the white balance is too much off. I mean, I could lower the saturation, but there's not much I can do with this. I'm sorry about that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can see you had difficulty with white balance. You shot it too late. Box says, did you say about the 229 offer? That's if you bought already a whole bunch of course from me. You click on the link that he gave you on this HTVI's Bitly webinar, and you put in login and password. Okay, so Mr. Wim van den Bult. Let's see here. EMG Canon shoot. It's a Canon photo. Let's see here. Oh, photograph. I mean, well, one thing I need. Oh, hold on. Too late. I found this one from. From Mr. Wim van den Bult. So, that's weird. Did you use a flash or something? How come the foreground is so bright? And the background is so dark? That is weird. How do you do that? ISO 50 f1690. So yeah, it's correctly taken, but the exposure is so strange. How come you have so much light here? That is weird. Okay. I'm not crazy about the composition because the foreground I don't think is very nice. That's like that wood thing is not very nice. But because you're my friend, I'm still going to see if I can do something with it. Maybe, you know, add some sunset preset. But it's weird that the foreground is so light. Okay, hold on. Anyway, I would do so. It looks weird because it's unbalanced. We get a very dark background and very light foreground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to take my gradient mask that's in my preset here, and I'm going to make the foreground darker, just to sort of balance the photo a little bit, you know. But it's got a weird exposure. I don't know how you did that. I've never seen anything like it, but that's fine. Let's see. I'm going to take another one from Renee Rapallo. Please retouch. I'm going to try that. Okay. And some photos, you know, I find are not enough good quality to retouch. Some I find there are. Ooh, fireworks. That's properly exposed. 5 second f8 ISO. That's a perfect exposure of fireworks. It's great. Very well done. Very well done, Mr. Renato or Mrs. Renato. I don't know. So on this one, I am going to use one of my night preset probably. Let's see what the HDR preset would do. Sometimes HDR preset works well on fireworks. Let's see here. Why not? Let's see. I just want to see. Let's go first to the night preset. The night preset. Look at that. I think this one is going to work well. Okay, so yeah, the fireworks. I mean, you were a little down, but this is a great shot. I would completely crop it, you know, and go like this. Because we should really see the fireworks. I'm going to go 16:9, make it a pano. And no, not as much. I want to get as much as the firework. I wish you had framed it a little higher up. You're missing a little bit of the fireworks. But it's a cool shot. It's a cool shot. Look at that. Before, after. Love it. Very nice. Okay, Alex Flora on Nikon All right, Alex Flora, let's see here. I'm going to take your photo. And guys, we're only taking 25 people this morning. If you want to join us, then you are welcome.
Yeah, we're going to be retouching your photos here for a little bit longer. But remember, we're not going to be able to get to everybody's today, but we do get to every person's photo every single week in the Facebook Academy. So if you are somebody who is on the fence about this and you want to make sure every single week Serge is retouching your photo 100%, we don't miss anybody, make sure you join because we can only get so many. But the reason we've created this academy is so that we could really create something special, serve you at the highest level, and ensure that you get the time you need with your mentor, Serge, and with the group who's going to help you take your art to the next level.
That's so cool. I love this photo, Alex Flora. It's beautiful. So on this one, I wouldn't do much, but what I would do is I would go to my day basic, just to give it a little more light. And I would crop it to, probably 16:9, because that's what I work with. That's what the gallery wants. And then play with the rule of third to maybe put, but on the other side, I love the blue flower there. Hold on, what's going on here? What's going on? Okay, voila. I like the blue flower, and I wanted to get something like this, where like really more on her, and then I would add a circle. So on this one, I would do something. I would first put this circle on the bead to make it brighter, but then I would duplicate the circle, and on this one I would invert it and lower the exposure so that everything was a little darker. But this, check it out, without the circle and with. I'm just trying to put more attention on the bee itself. All right, so that's what I would do. Okay, let's see who else is good. So let me show you the before, after. Not a huge change, but it's a great photo. I think the cropping was key on this one. It's a great photo. Patrick Estrame. I'll do one file per person first, and then if I have more time, I'll do more. So Patrick Estrame. And
then Christina asks, are you going to send retouch pics back to us? Unfortunately, Christina, we're not able to do that. But
if somebody really wanted to, you just put your name in the chat, and I did it last week, so why not?
All right, never mind. There you go.
I don't do it for everyone, but if you really like what I do, but honestly, if you have my preset, so this is a way too underexposed photo, Patrick. Let me see what else we got. This one, you really underexpose it way too much. Let's see here. What else that we got? This is 2000. I received 2,958 photos. You can understand why I cannot go through everything, and you can understand why I need ambassadors to help me. Well, you really like to underexpose your photo, Patrick. Okay, this one is solvable, but it's too underexposed. It's a sunset, but I'm going to use a daylight circle light. Okay, and then this is really annoying as a foreground element, so I'm going to contrast. I'm going to, go like this, and see if I can crop this thing out. It's way too underexposed. That's why it's kind of hard. And you see, when you underexpose too much a photo, you're going to lose some of the colors. But I just want to see if I can get rid of that. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then let me see my black point, my white point. Maybe add a bit of more magenta. I need to crop this a little bit more. Voila. Making sure I got the sun at the right place using my preset. Oh, I didn't use a preset that had sun, so that's all right. Yeah, I would do something like this. Honestly, I'm not crazy about the subject, but it's like classic buildings, I believe in Florida or something. Looks very Florida to me. It's okay light with a boring subject. I'm sorry. Renee Rolameto, Canon RAW files. Did I do this one? I didn't do this one. Let's see here. I'm just taking one by one. And guys, we're going to close the card in 5 minutes. We had a few more people take the deal. We're only taking 25 people this morning. Come and join me in the right side of the fours, if you can.
Okay. And again, guys, I put the links in there for the PayPal credit as well as the special $2.99. If we don't get to your photo today, it's a great way. If you want to get in here now, every single week, you're going to get this exact mentorship from Serge, but you're going to get it directly. So you're not going to.
This one I did already. Sorry, I'm.
Yeah.
Okay, George, my good friend George is here. Let's see what he's got for me, George. I'm finally coming to your photo, George. You made it. You made it, George. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Is that London or Washington? That's London. That's totally London. I recognize London. George, I'm not crazy about the foreground, but the light seems to be nice. So I'll do justice to you. I will do golden hour. Oh my God, that's HDR. It's not going to work. Golden hour, circle, dark. Okay, and this really bothers me. I guess you're on a roof of that. It reminds me Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise runs on the roof in London. What a movie. I loved it. Boom, boom, boom. Tack, tack, tack. 16 by 9. 16 by 9. Yeah, I would crop a little bit. I would actually make this a little more straight. And somehow I don't like the yellow. So on this one, it's actually turned out pretty well because I managed to cut a little bit of this boring foreground. And let's see if we can go even more crazy with like a preset. I just want a preset to bring back some of that blue that was kind of missing. And yeah, something like this. So before, after. Okay, George, I know you sent me more, but I want to go through some. Christine, let's see what you got for me, Christine.
And remember, guys, on the left of the screen and on the right side of the screen, what you're seeing is Serge using his actual signature presets that you'll be receiving in this bundle. So the profiles he's using, the presets he's using, you're going to be receiving all of these with instant access immediately.
Okay, wow. I kind of like this photo. The house is a little big for me. You shot this as 400 ISO, 3.51, 500. Okay, so Chris Ruthu, let me explain you something of photography. If you if you want to get a landscape, I mean, you know, you have a lot of noise. You should have been at 100 ISO. You always should aim for 100 ISO, and you could have been at like 100 of a second, and you know, 3.5 was actually smart, but you should have been at like 1/200 of a second at ISO 100. And in result, oops, you know what? Lightroom just crashed. That happened. No. Result, you didn't get that much noise. I'm going to restart my Lightroom. I'll be back up and running in 2 seconds.
And I'm going to go ahead and put the link in here one more time, guys. So if we don't get to you today and you're ready to get started, you're ready to take advantage of this bundle, getting the entire body of work that Serge just walked you through today so you can improve your photography quickly. All you have to do is click the link below, and we'll go ahead and get you started instantaneously. For those of you who are already purchased, which there are a lot of you, welcome. You're going to be receiving, so immediately you can go ahead and set up your access to get your programming, and then within the next 24 hours, you're going to receive an invite from Marine, and she's going to invite you into that Facebook group. So just be patient while we get you into the Facebook group, but you will have access to the courses immediately.
Yeah, and sorry about that. I had to restart my Lightroom, and then I had to restart with the right catalog. So here I am back again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my computer's been crashing a bit lately. I think I'm lacking a bit of space. Okay, so I was on this photo. So I was saying is that you were, for no reason, anyways, for no reason you were at 400 ISO, but I like the photo. I love your clouds, and I think the golden hour preset will look great. It's a great composition. I think the house is a little big, but I don't know. I think you really nailed it. It's just you should have been at 100 ISO. I'm just saying this. Always aim to be at 100 ISO. Always, always, always. Okay, so I'm going to use golden hour linear circle dark as a starting point. I'm going to make sure I don't have too much of a black point. A little bit is enough. White point I can go, and then I have to move. You see I have a circle here. It's not in the right position. I've got to move this where the sky is, and it's too strong for this photo. So first I'm going to use a luminance mask to get it to go behind the photo, and then I should be good. Okay, on this one I want to go to the graded filter. I think want to make my top glitter filter. I love the skies. I love this kind of very puffy skies. It's a great photo. Maybe add a bit of blue just on the top of the sky, just a little bit. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the bottom. Okay, I hope it's not going to restart. No. Okay. And then it's whenever you do a live show, that it breaks down, and I'm going to really make this darker. But since you got some nice flower there, I'm going to take a little brush and go to exposure, and I'm just going to brush and bring back some life in this flower. So at first I do it a bit too much, and then I bring it down a little bit, like under 0.5. And voila, I think, yeah, I love this photo. Before, after, before, after. Very well done. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna do, a couple more, and then we're gonna wrap up. So if you didn't take the deal, guys, we have a few more minutes. You can take deals. We have some open seats. And if you're watching this on YouTube and the video is still live, you can still grab the deal. If you're watching this, you can grab it, Stable Data. He's put the link back in the chat. Oh, did you put the link in YouTube too?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, Christian says, Robert Anderson, what do you mean by photo 128? I'm going to try photo 128. You think that's going to find it? You need to put the exact file name. But if the exact file name is photo 128, I'm going to check it out right now. Photo 128. Let's see here. Do we get anything? All right, photo 128. I get a whole bunch of photos. I don't know which one is yours. You need to give me the exact title. Okay, then we have Jean, who gave me the exact file name. I need the exact file name, guys, in the chat. Because I got, 2,958 photos in that catalog. I obviously cannot go everything. Oh, I didn't get this one. Maybe did somebody, okay, I'm going to resync my folder. Maybe somebody, just give me a second. Yeah, it's 7 new photos there. Maybe Jean gave me a photo that's recent. Let's see here. Synchronizing. I sort of always prioritize people which are in the chat because they took the effort of being here and being in the chat, which I really appreciate. So let's see here, Jean. Do we have a Jean there? Yes, we do. Yeah. Jean Lorbert. Wow, that's really a nice shot. Again, I don't shoot solid at night, but let's see what my night preset says about this photo. I mean, it's kind of cool, sort of like the idea of like coming out of darkness. Yeah, even though it's so, yeah, ISO 800 for ISO 1/5 of a second. Yeah, I guess. So you were not on a tripod, you did this by hand, right? Wow, is Canon 1/5 of a second? That's pretty sharp. Is it sharp? Yeah, it's sharp. So on this one, I won't use one of my preset out because if I open the shadows, I'm only going to get a big block of noise because this was shot with a Canon, and Canon is a very noisy photo. So the only thing I'll probably do is just add a bit of contrast and go like 16:9. It's not much you can do because it's so noisy. If you wanted, you should have been on a tripod, my friend, and take a photo. But, I can always frame it like this and just make what we call in France a clair-obscur, coming from darkness. That's all I would do on this photo, Jean. Oh, Serge, you confused my show with another, but if you have time, Renato Caccino. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see here. If I can grab this one. Yeah, I have to go in exactly 3 minutes, but I'm going to go for that. Tuk, 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 tuk. Here, let's see here. If I can find, Renata, your photo. Okay, I found it. This is your photo. Wow. Ooh, New York, New York. Is this New York 9/11 thing? No, it's not New York. I don't know where that is. It's not New York. It looks like the New York 9/11. They opened up the two lights. Okay, so this one is very warm, like a night photo is, and it's still got details in the sky, which is, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because if you don't have details in the sky, I get very bored. Okay, I'm going to use this preset. I actually don't like this whole foreground thing. I think I'm just going to cut it because it's not a nice foreground. And I'm going to go 16:9. 16:9. I like this photo. It's kind of cool feeling. It's a little too pink to me because it was really taken deep into the night, but I would do something like this. And then I would probably add a little more blue to it and cut down a little bit the magenta, maybe cut down the vibrance a little bit, maybe add a bit of clarity. Something like this. Yeah, it's a great shot. It's a great shot. That's what I would do with it. Renato.
Beautiful.
All right. Okay, last one from Silal. He gave a lot of Canon shooters this morning. Canon. Do you see the new Canon? Everybody's going to go for that mirrorless Canon, which I think is awesome. It's funny that they finally went mirrorless. It took them 2 years. They lost so much business by not going mirrorless. But anyway, better late than never. Ooh, the Tower Bridge in London. Taken way too late, my friend. This is exactly the mistake I did when I started photography. You took that photo way too late. You see how much contrast you have in this photo? There's not much I can do about that. I can try to use one of my light preset to sort of make it pop a little bit, but you got no details in the sky. The lights are burning the water. It just, that same photo taken like a little earlier would have been amazing. You should have taken that maybe like an hour before when you still had something in the clouds. I'm not saying this to be, mean or anything. I'm just saying because I really want you to improve with photography. I mean, it's still a good photo, but it would have been way better a little earlier. Okay, I'm going to take that circle out. I'm going to clean that. Let's see if we can clean that lens flare here.
While you're doing that, I just want to, Bob is asked, he said he's having trouble trying to check out. It's having some difficulty. Bob, let me know in the chat what you're having trouble with so I can help you. If you're still having trouble, you can always email support, SUPPORT, @photosurge.com. We've got customer support standing by to get you taken care of. So just support @photosurge.com can also help you.
So that's what I would do, Gerald. Yes, Lada. 15-second f11 ISO 100. It's perfect. Your camera settings are perfect, but it's a little too late. It's just, you see, you have to understand one thing is the eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo. So my eyes go, all around the tower, which is fine, but they also go in the water here, And honestly, this I would have shot maybe. This is the only time, and if you know my Venice story, you would know why. This is the only time where I don't do long exposures so long, because when there's water and light like this, it just gets very muddy, I find, in the water. I find it's kind of nicer. I'm actually going to try to make even this darker so that there's like less attention on I want the star to be the bridge, something like this. But it's a great composition. I would just taken the photo a little earlier. All right, guys, thank you so much for all the people that got this deal. We are now closing the card. If you couldn't make it, well, look for another webinar if we can do it another day. Thank you so much for all the people that came. I can't wait to see your photo on the Academy. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Serge. Have a great day, everyone.
Yes, a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.